Hello friends around the world, this is Dr. Rajesh Mishra, and today on my channel Health Super Specialist we are going to evaluate the different type of masks which are available in the market, which one to wear and which would be more useful to you. So starting on quickly, first we'll start on with the cloth mask. This is a cloth mask. So many people tell that the virus particle size is in nanometers, in some 100 nanometers, 200 nanometers. Maximum the virus particles that has been documented is something around 0.1 micrometer. The pore size of this surgical mask 100 to 400 micrometer. So am I opening the gateway for the virus to enter my respiratory tract? No. There are a lot of other hypotheses which states that there are a lot of physical interactions such as the impaction theory, the interception theory and the diffusion theory, which are equally applicable on the cloth mask and the surgical mask. I don't think it will be apt to go in details of the theories, but if you want to go, the Google is always yours. So you can go and read about the theories, how the impaction, the interception and the deception theories help you in preventing the small virion particles from getting into your respiratory tract by the use of this plain simple surgical mask or this cloth mask. And the more the merrier if we use a combination of the two, which has been stated by the Center of Disease Control US of late, then it's always better. So the more the merrier, go for it. Now, coming to the surgical mask, if I give you slight details of this surgical mask, it has got a blue color outside and a white color inside. The blue color outside, it predominantly acts as a repellent. There's a middle layer which is predominantly the filtering layer, and there's an inner layer, the white color, which is the absorbent layer. So it's said that this has got again the physical interactions which helps us from obstructing the particles. Now there is one theory that most of the cough that a COVID patient does, it generates aerosols of more than 5 micrometer, which generally settles within 1 meter of distance and it settles down. Particles which are less than 5 microns, they only travel further and they remain in the air for around an hour or so. Exact data nobody has as of now. Probably will come up with the data very soon. So this surgical mask is definitely going to help you if you put on, if you are compliant to the mask, not because of the fury of the police people, because of the fury of the fines that are being implemented on you for not wearing mask, but for your safety and for the safety of your family. Coming to the N95 masks, there are a lot of N95 masks which are available in the market. All the brands have stepped in bringing up the N95 masks. But one thing you have to keep in mind is the board certification for the N95 masks. By board certification, the first of the boards that were initially certifying the quality and the standards of this mask was NIOSH. NIOSH is basically the National Institute of Occupational Health and Safety. Now, of late, many other organizations are certifying, such as there is a Chinese certification by the name of KN95, KN99. So you just have to look for the certifications and get your mask accordingly from wherever you are getting. This is the N95 mask. This is the N95 mask, which what I have done is I have tried to cut this mask and show to you the 3 layers of the mask. So this is the outer layer. If we see, this is the middle layer and this is the inner layer. Now, why it is called N95? By N, the term N was initially derived from sodium chloride, NaCl. Then if I tell you the full form for N, it's basically not resistant to oil. That means it is resistant to NaCl or sodium chloride or water, but it is not resistant to oil. There are other terminologies such as P, P95, P99, P100. They are resistant to oil. Initially, they were used for industrial purpose in the chemical industries, but now at biosafety level 3, lot of medical personnels, lot of lab people, they are using P100 filters. Even I am using this P100 respirator. You see, these are the filters, this pink colored, these are the filters, and they are basically P100 filters which prevent almost 100% of the particles size which are more than 0.3 microns. Now again, there has been a lot of debate regarding the size of the particles, that this prevents more than 99% of the particles size more than 0.3 microns, and when your virus size is less, how can this prevent? No, it's not isolated virus size. There has been a lot of physical factors which contribute, and these filters do act, and these filters do save you from all those virus laden particles. So, and then if we go more advanced, there is PAPR, that is powered air purifying respirators. They are used by lab people mostly. Even in my setting, that is critical care medicine setting, people are using for prolonged hours, for staying inside the ICU, for taking care of the patients. And I don't have a first-hand experience, so I would not be the right person to tell regarding the experience of a PAPR. But definitely I would like to use in the near future. But let's pray to God that the virus goes before that, and we live in a safe environment where we need not to discuss this masks, but a lot of more interesting discussions are in the pipeline. Thank you. Thank you very much.